The Guam Economic Development Authority was taken by surprise when NAVFAC Marianas announced that they could not come to an agreement with the Guam shipyard on the lease of the ship repair facilities.
We were actually quite floored. I understood that, this whole time, they were negotiating on good faith. I think they were maybe 1 or 2 points away from snapping a contract. And then for them to just terminate the negotiations, that was a bit surprising. With that, they've notified us informally that we're still sort of status quo.
NAVFAC has gone back to the drawing board and is working on developing a new contract that'll put out for bid at a later date. But in the meantime, they will continue the current contract and lease with GEDA and the Guam shipyard on a month-to-month basis. Pangilinan says this means that there are no long-term guarantees for work, which was a major factor in the breakdown of negotiations.
I think the issue is, the amount of work man hours that the Navy will commit. And, again, over the years, at least over the recent years, the shipyard has averaged anywhere from $25 to $30 million worth of revenue, which translates into work that the Navy's giving them on an annual basis.
This makes it difficult for the Guam shipyard to plan for the future and thus puts jobs there in jeopardy.
If there's no sort of guarantee for work, any business in their right mind, would have issues planning and keeping the appropriate amount of staff to conduct that amount of work. My fear is that, the jobs would be in jeopardy and it'll turn to sort of a seasonal or as need basis where they would reduce the workforce and just kind of, call on staff as needed as jobs come in. My concern number one is going to be the jobs. There's roughly about 300 jobs down there currently at the shipyard, and these aren't just entry-level jobs. They're high-skilled jobs, good-paying jobs, and the fact that they're at this point looks like not willing to commit to anything long-term. That concerns me from an economic perspective.